Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and the Buffalo Bills this morning signed running back Latavius Murray after spending last season with the Denver Broncos. I think this is a really decent signing. Obviously, Latavius Murray has had way better years and was a great running back in years past with a couple other teams. I think the Saints was the best team he played with, and the best where he had his best years. And he's up in age now, 33 years old, but had a really solid year with the Denver Broncos last season. Stepped up when Javonte Williams got hurt and Melvin Gordon kind of disappeared. And, decent running back last year at 760 rushing yards with 6 rushing touchdowns, 132 receiving yards with 0 receiving touchdowns. Was a really solid running back option for the Denver Broncos last year. Was basically their starter. After Javonte tore his ACL and Melvin Gordon kind of just disappeared from the Broncos, running game. But, I think this is a really good signing for the Bills. Their running backs are stacked already, though. That's the thing for me. You have James Cook, who I think is going to have an outstanding 2023 season. I think, where his rookie year, he had like 500 rushing 500 rushing yards, and was kind of, the backup guy next to Singletary, who signed with my Houston Texans, as I'm a Texans fan. But I think James Cook is going to have an outstanding 2023 season. They signed Damian Harris, who was the running back for the Patriots. He's an outstanding player. I think he'll be a great 1-2 punch between Harris and Cook. Then they have Nyheim Hines, who's a decent running back, but also a really nice returner. I think he had 2... They traded for him. They didn't even play the whole season with them, and I think he had like 2 or 3 touchdowns returned for the Bills this season. 2 of them were against the Patriots when there was that game after Damar Hamlin's accident. I remember that was the play where the Bills on their first play after Damar Hamlin's cardiac arrest. They scored a touchdown, and Nyheim Hines was the one that scored the touchdown, and he scored 2 touchdowns that day on kick returns, and that was one of the best moments of the year, in my opinion, by Nyheim Hines right there. Obviously, you had a lot of great moments in this season, but Damar Hamlin, that was one of the worst things we've seen in sports in a while, and for that to happen, and the Bills go through all of that with their brother and their teammate, to be like that, and then to have to play football less than a week later, after they knew he was okay, and first play of the game is a touchdown, and then I remember Nyheim Hines, when he walks into the end zone, or when he's on the way to the end zone, puts up the number 3. So that was an epic moment this year, one of my favorites. But so you have Hines, who's a decent running back, but also a great returner as well. You have Harris, you have Cook, and now you add in Latavius Murray, who did a good job with the Broncos last year. I think Latavius Murray, he's not going into what he did with the Broncos last year. It's a different thing. The Bills, they already got a bunch of good running backs. Latavius Murray could maybe move his name over Nyheim Hines in the depth chart. That's definitely possible, but I doubt it. If he plays well, but Latavius Murray, he's. Honestly, I'm just being honest. He's going to be lucky to make. He'd be lucky to make this Bills roster next season. But he's a veteran. He's played good most of his career. Did great last year with the Broncos. And I just think that if he does decent, he could definitely make the roster. But with 3 running backs ahead of him in the depth chart, it might be really hard for him, even though he had a really solid year with the Denver Broncos last season. Let me know your thoughts on the signing for the Buffalo Bills. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.